What's up, everyone? This is Smooth J Gaming here, back with episode 2 of our all-time great fantasy draft league. We're trying to find out what would happen if you took every NBA all-time great, put them in their absolute prime, and then threw everyone into one league together to see who would come out on top. Who's going to get the most rings? What teams are going to be the best? Last episode, we completed the fantasy draft and saw what some of the rosters are, so let's check out the power rankings preseason. The Lakers are in first with Penny, Ray Allen, LeBron James, Yao Ming, Rondo. I can see how that's number one. Celts, Luka, Carmelo, and Dirk as a big three. Pretty awesome as well. The Spurs have Steve Nash, Petrovic, great shooter, KG. It's preseason, so we're not really sure. The Bulls shockingly didn't take Michael Jordan when they had the chance, but they got Tim Hardaway, Pete Maravich, Chris Webber, Wilt Chamberlain, and one of my favorites from back in the day, John Wall. The Warriors drafted KD. They got Blake Griffin, Tiny Archibald. Sixers are number 6. They're going to be led by Bill Russell, Russell Westbrook, Paul Pierce. The Heat, the team that I'm most worried about, they got MJ, Grant Hill, AD, and Draymond, as well as Earl the Pearl. They got a pretty stacked roster. And they got Larry Johnson coming off the bench, too. The Utah Jazz, Chris Paul, Sidney Moncrief. They got AK-47, Andre Kirilenko, who they actually had, and they got Jokic, too. KJ, Julius Erving, Chauncey Billups, and they got the Raptor Pascal for the Supersonics. The Rockets got John Stockton, Kevin McHale, Kelly Tripucka, Willis Reed. Bucks got Steph. Evan Mobley somehow starting. He's one of the only young players. Portland looks pretty strong too. Dame, they got their classic guy Dame to go with Moses Malone and Paul George. The Magic, they got Magic. They got Steve Francis, Jason Tatum, Jermaine O'Neal, Bill Walton. And there's us, the Raptors. We're ranked 14 preseason with D. Rose, Kobe, Gerald Wallace, Zion, Dwight Howard, Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, Rip Hamilton. And we even got Greg Oden and Latrell Sprewell just to mix it up. The Hawks, middle of the table, Jerry West, James Worthy. The Pistons, they had the 3rd pick and they scooped up Oscar Robertson. They also got Cat. They got Mitch Richmond and Chris Mullin as well. The Pacers. Now, this roster doesn't look that overwhelming to me. Denver's got Tracy McGrady, Scottie Pippen, Bob Cousy, a hilarious and random big three that could definitely work. We're getting to some of the teams that are ranked lower now. The Nets have Isaiah Thomas, Clay, Dennis Rodman, DeMarcus Cousins. Not a bad roster. I'm curious to see who's the worst, though. The Mavs, they got Jason Kidd, who's also coaching the Knicks at the same time that he's playing. Dual talent. The Knicks have AI. They got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They had the 1st pick, and they're ranked pretty low, so we'll have to see how they do. The whole league is stacked, though. You're not going to find a bad team. OKC, they got James Harden back, Giannis, the glove, Gary Payton, Ralph Sampson, Rashard Lewis to hit some big shots. That looks like a pretty good team to be ranked so low. The Clippers, Ewing, Chris Bosh, Stackhouse, Walt Frazier. I can see them being ranked pretty low. Wiz, they got Baron Davis, Hakeem the Dream, George Gervin. That looks like a good team too. The Suns, they got Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas, Karl Malone, Dominique Wilkins. It is so cool to see these players from different eras get put together. The Pelicans, that looks like a rough roster, but they do have the Admiral and the cover man, Devin Booker. The Cavs, they got Shaq. Not too much else in terms of star power, but Shaq's going to be a force. The Grizz are rated really low, and they got Larry Bird, Embiid, Jimmy Butler, Amari Stoudemire. That looks like a pretty good team to be ranked so low. Charlotte, they got Tim Duncan, Kyrie, Vince Carter. I guess when there's so many good teams, somebody has to be at the bottom. And our worst team on paper, Kawhi, D. Wade, Ja Morant, Zebo, Robert Parrish, Ben Wallace. Imagine trying to score against that team. They have absolute dogs at every position. That's going to be I think they're going to be much better than 30th. I'm just going to play a game here so you guys can see what the graphics of NBA 2K23 look like. Kobe's going back to the Staples Center to take on LeBron and the Lakers. LeBron was the second overall pick in the all-time great fantasy draft. There's him and Penny heading into the Staples Center.
Welcome everybody to another presentation of the NBA live on 2K.
Both of us are 1-0. This game's on national TV and it's against the Lakers, so I thought it would be a good one to showcase how the new NBA 2K23 looks.
Joining us from the sidelines. Hey Dave.
Well, thanks very much, guys. Of course, the NBA has had some legendary trash talkers. But Damian Lillard says it's not really a verbal assault like it used to be. In this era, it's more gestures. From the watch your head to the too small or rock the baby to Trae Young's theatrical bows, players have their ways of sending a message. Kevin?
And the message usually received.
Nick Nurse, awesome coach. We're definitely lucky as Raptors fans to have found him.
And we've been really spoiled with all
pretty good lineup here. Ray Allen going against Kobe at shooting guard. We got Penny versus Derrick Rose. Yao Ming versus Dwight Howard. Every game's going to be crazy matchups, though. This league just has so much talent in it.
Heinsohn is out there with Yao. Then it's Allen. Then there's Hardaway. And it's James in at the three, the small forward.
Go, first play.
Heinsohn the pass to Yao. And it's shot clock at
Yao
6.
Ming's out. Just going to show a couple of clips. Kobe getting to the lane for a nice and one. The Raptors are going to be relying heavily on Kobe as the main scorer of this team for sure.
Right, here's a classic NBA question. Who's been the best franchise in league history? Celtics or the Lakers?
The nice play by Dwight. Throwing it down. Something he's going to be doing a lot of throughout the season. Huge block on LeBron. Let's take another look at that one. Straight caught it out of the air. And then back on the other end. Hitting LaMelo for a wide open three. First half of this game, we were crushing them, 30-17. And let's listen in on the halftime show.
They lead by 13. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Trae, you've made it look easy so far. How have you been able to pick them apart?
I'm just taking what the defense is giving me. Open driving lanes. They're leaving somewhat.
Okay, David, much appreciated.
Welcome, everybody. Let's get right to it. It's been nothing short of a tremendous challenge for the Los Angeles Lakers.
They wouldn't be in such a deep hole if they hadn't given up so many offensive rebounds. Getting out hustled, getting moved around, losing possessions. The one thing to control is
First half. A look at the top performers from both teams so far.
Not surprising to see two competitive guys who bring it every time they're on the floor. It's been a spicy duel to watch.
Yeah, and we know you like it spicy.
No, I don't. Give me some milk.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
$2K23 definitely has some nice presentation. And starting the third quarter, an absolute poster by Zion.
Lakers trail by 15.
Something that hopefully he'll be doing a lot of this upcoming year. And LeBron comes right back, posterizing two guys at once. But then Derrick Rose gets the 7'5" Yao Ming. Fast forward to the end of the fourth. A nice step back by Ray Allen. Totally caught me off guard. And they're up 2. Kobe with the clutch play to get the bucket to tie it up. Here's the end of the fourth. They're going to LeBron, of course. And LaMelo with the block. Trae Young with the Hail Mary. And we're going to overtime. The Lakers made a huge comeback in this game. And here's the last little bit of overtime, down 4. Kobe with the clutch steal. Gets it over to LaMelo. And 1. LeBron James with a bad play, trying to take a charge there, letting me get back into this game. Bad miss on the free throw. But LaMelo makes up for it with a big steal. We got a chance to tie or take the lead here. And Dwight with the big dunk ties the game. 22.1 seconds left. The gameplay is quite good in this game, I would say. Pretty similar to 2K22, but I think it looks pretty good.
James outside.
Of course, LeBron's going to try to take this last play by the looks of it. I'm going to double him, foul him, send him to the free throw line. Smarter than letting him try to dunk all over us. This is the first.
Trying to focus now on the second.
We've seen LeBron come up clutch in so many moments.
All right, 10 seconds left. We're down by 1. Kobe's at his famous Staples Center, place he made so many big shots. Let's see if he can make another one.
What a coach draws up in this situation.
If they've got a surefire, quick bucket play, let's just say now's the time to use it.
Here we go. Quick ISO, everyone else get out of Kobe's way. And he gets fouled, just misses out on getting an and 1 there. These are gonna be some clutch free throws to hit, but knowing Kobe, he's not gonna miss one. He's one of the clutchest players in history of the NBA. It's tied, and we got the lead. They don't have any timeouts.
He's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes.
No.
Even in this kind of a high pressure.
Oh my God. What a shot by Ray Allen, but really, what a pass by LeBron. I thought for sure they were just gonna try a Hail Mary shot from full court. Didn't think they were gonna get Ray Allen wide open in the corner like that. Player of the game was LeBron, and he was dunking all over everybody. Nice floater. And when I started sagging too much, he started hitting mid-ranges. He was dominant.
Now, let's check out our New Balance player of the game, LeBron James.
So here we are at the halfway point in the season. Kareem is leading the league in points. Here's rounding out I'm just going to show you the top 20 in points. Got Julius Erving, Wilt Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor. Kawhi is one of the modern players that's up there. Got John Morant, LeBron, Bob Pettit, James Harden. One name I'm not seeing is Michael Jordan. I don't know where he's at. See if he's in the top 20. Nobody's getting too many points in this league. As you can imagine, the defense is probably pretty good when you put all the best players in the world, and they also have to share the ball with a bunch of other great players. So I don't anticipate seeing any 35 points per game or 33 points per game. We got Giannis, Steph, Big O, Tracy McGrady, Isaiah Thomas, and we did see Jordan there right near 20. Rebounds, Wilt leading the league. That's not surprising. 7'1" and one of the best athletes in the history of the world, probably. Shaq's up there too. Kareem, Moses, Bill Russell, Bob McAdoo, Tim Duncan, Dwight from the Raps is up there as well. The usual suspects. Those are who you would expect to be leading the league in rebounds. Looks like Kareem's having a big season. He's first in points and third in rebounds. He's going crazy. Assists. Shockingly, we got D Wade in first place. I would not have expected that. But everyone else in that top little bit is totally expected. I don't see Magic, though, either. I wonder where Magic is. Steals. I was expecting to see Iverson, Chris Paul, LeBron. Surprisingly, we got LaMelo up there. Kawhi, the glove, Kid, Wade. Those are all the usual suspects. Those are some of the best defensive players of all time. Blocks, we got Dwight leading the way with Bill Russell, Shaq, Bill Walton. Kareem's up there in blocks too. Man, look at that stat line. Wilt's up there too. Mutombo, of course, and Olajuwon. And in terms of efficiency, Kareem's doing the best and Wilt's second. Hey, those old school centers are killing this league so far. Onto the AllStar Game. We got LeBron and Kareem as captains. LeBron starting 5 is him, Magic, D Wade, Tim Duncan, and Oscar Robertson. And Kareem has himself, Wilt, Chris Paul, Julius Erving, and Elgin Baylor. The 3-point contest. Let's see who we got. Petrovic, Steph Curry, Chris Paul, Ray Allen. And here's the last few seconds of the finals. And there is your champion. Ray Allen ended up winning the 3-point contest. Imagine getting to watch that live with all those shooters. It would be such a show to see. No surprise that Ray Allen would be the winner in that. One of the best shooters, period. One of the best clutch shooters, especially. And we saw him hit an overtime winner against us already this season, so we know how clutch and how good at threes that Ray Allen is. Next, we're going to be checking out the dunk contest. Let's see who we have for this. This could get interesting. All right, Vince, Zion, D Wade, and Ja Morant. And there's your winner with his last dunk. Ja Morant shockingly takes the crown. I think I would have expected Vince Carter to win that. I may be biased as a Raptors fan, but his performance was probably the best ever in a slam dunk contest. End of the year awards. Kareem is the MVP of the all-time great league. He's the GOAT of all the GOATs this year. 26 points, almost 11 rebounds, almost 2.5 blocks. Crazy efficiency. The sixth man, Louis Damper. Bill Russell, Defensive Player of the Year. Zion Williamson, Most Improved Player. Interesting. Jason Kidd, Coach of the Year, while also being a star player for the Mavs. Here's all NBA first team. Wade, Oscar Robertson, LeBron James, Julius Erving, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Second team, Ja Morant, Kyrie Irving, Elgin Baylor, Bob Pettit, Wilt Chamberlain. That's an interesting second team. Third team, we got Bill Walton, Rick Barry, KD, Magic, and Steph. The defensive first team, GP, Dwayne Wade, LeBron, KG, and Bill Russell. What a unit that would be. Second team all defense, Dwight Howard, Elvin Hayes, Tim Duncan, Michael Ray Richardson, and there's Michael Jordan's name for the first time. The Heat were nowhere near the playoffs. MJ's going to be coming back with a vengeance next year, I would assume. We made it to the play-in. We won our play-in game. Beat Chicago, took out Wilt Chamberlain's team to make the playoffs. The Lakers with LeBron are in. The Kareem's New York Knicks are in. We get swept in the first real round of the playoffs by the Hawks. The Knicks are still in. The Lakers get knocked out in the first round. Crazy. The Knicks get swept by Washington. Once we see the conference champions, we'll look at their rosters. Washington and the Jazz win. Jokic on the Jazz's Western Conference Finals MVP. Hakeem is on the east side. Wizards and Jazz NBA Finals. We'll take a look at their rosters and see if we would have predicted this. Baron Davis, George Gervin, Hakeem Olajuwon. To be honest, I would not have expected that team to make the finals from the start of the year. But Hakeem is absolutely dominant, and he's got a lot of good support on the team. So I guess it does make some sense. Let's check out the Jazz now. Chris Paul, Julius Randle, Jokic, Vlade Divac. That team is honestly pretty surprising that they're in the finals. Does not look like as stacked of a team as some of the other ones. They went to Game 7, though, going down to that deciding game to find out who's going to win the first ring. And the champions, no one could have seen this coming. The Utah Jazz won the first championship of the all-time greats MyNBA League. The irony is unreal. Chris Paul is known as one of those players that just can't get over the hump and win a ring in today's NBA. And what does he do when you put all the best players ever in their primes in one league? He gets a ring in his very first year. Crazy. The Utah Jazz are going to be celebrating this one of the most impressive rings you could ever win.
Let's take you to the presentation of the Larry O'Brien Trophy. And Commissioner Adam Silver doing the honors.
One team has emerged victorious. The NBA champions. Congratulations to the whole organization and, of course, this incredible team. This Larry O'Brien Trophy and I believe this suitcase are yours. You're Bill Russell, Finals MVP.
I think when you talk about the most valuable...
Year one was certainly a surprise, and Chris Paul and the Utah Jazz were the first NBA champions of this incredible league. Chris Paul is the first Finals MVP. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe to Smooth J Gaming, and I'll catch you next time for Season 2.